Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Nina. I run a blog and YouTube called Style with Nina. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, you have amazing taste. Here we talk about luxury, beauty, fashion, and travel. If any of those things interest you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you are notified of all of my amazing videos. So on today's video, I am going to bring you some things I wish I knew before I started my YouTube channel. I have kind of did a challenge this month, and while I was doing the challenge, and I'll talk about that in another video, I realized in the process of the challenge that it was some things that I just wish I knew starting my YouTube channel that would have, I believe, propelled me further ahead a little faster than I've been going. So I wanted to just share some things with you coming from a smaller YouTuber's perspective and a real perspective. Like, I'm not about to tell you some unrealistic, crazy things that ain't gonna happen. This is like honest, almost like light bulb moments that has happened since I've been doing this challenge. And since I'm almost at the end of the challenge, I'll go ahead and tell you what the challenge was. For me, I challenged myself to post a YouTube video every day for an entire month. I'm like 10 days away from being done with that challenge. So I will speak on some things that I noticed doing the challenge on a later video. So make sure that you are subscribed, and also leave in the comment section if you're interested in seeing that video, even though I'm going to do it anyway. So again, getting back to my point, while I was doing this challenge, some light bulb things went off for me, and I'm like, you know what, let me just share while it's fresh on my dome some things that I wish I knew before I started my YouTube channel. So the first thing I wish I knew before starting my YouTube channel is, and I have notes down here, so if you see me looking down, that's because I am trying to stay on task. As this is more of a business video, I do not want to ramble. So, well, ramble as much, because your girl be rambling. I'm working on that, but your girl be rambling. Okay, so the first thing is, I wish that I would have started sooner. Real quick story. Probably 6 years ago, my husband was like, you need to do a YouTube channel. I think you would be great at YouTube. And I will prefix this by saying I wish that I would have worked on my confidence enough to have started my YouTube channel sooner. So for me, because I'm I'm type A personality, and I'm very hard on myself, I wanted things to be just perfect before I started my YouTube channel. And in reality, there is no perfection, and you have to get started, and that's how you learn. So number one is, I wish I would have started and had the confidence to start sooner. Sometimes you just got to push the record button. Boom. So the second thing that I wish I knew was knowing my why. So what propelled me, and I think is very important, what propelled me to start my YouTube channel when I started my YouTube channel is because my why was for me to get out of my shell. I am a very private person naturally, and I felt like YouTube was something so far left for me that I wanted to challenge myself by starting a YouTube channel and letting people in a little bit. I feel like I'm still private, but when you on YouTube and when you know, a influencer, you kind of out there. So that was just kind of a way for me to propel myself. So you need to know your why. I think knowing your why keeps you consistent. For me, my why has changed. So at the start of my YouTube business, my why was for me to get out of my shell. I feel like I am out of my shell now, so my why has changed to making this an actual stream of income. At first, I wasn't really, you know, concerned about YouTube being a revenue stream for me because I had other streams, and I still do. However, if COVID has taught you anything, it has taught you that multiple streams of income is where everyone should be, in my opinion. So, again, my why changed, more serious, so producing more content. So, number 2, know your why, have a why, and be okay with your why changing. So that is number 2. And then number 3 is, you know, for me, I did it as a hobby. I am now switching from a hobby to an extension of my business. Oh, I almost knocked my water down. But yeah, I wish I would have taken YouTube more seriously. I ain't gonna lie, I used to be one, I ain't want to be no YouTuber. That was me. I kid you not. I used to frown upon, like, I mean, what? You know what I'm saying? And I'm still, if I'm being honest with you guys, I don't really consider myself a YouTuber. Like, it's some people that I know personally. YouTube is their life. I don't feel like I will ever be that type of creator because I have a lot of things going on. This is an extension that fits well into the things that I have going on. But YouTube is not my life. It is a part of my life, but it is not my life. And I think that's why I kind of frowned upon being a YouTuber, because the people I knew, I felt like it was almost, how do I say it without, I don't know if I should say it. To me, it was like it was their world, like they had nothing else but YouTube. And that was a turn off and side eye for me. So I kind of looked at it like, I don't want to be no YouTuber. But had I not looked at what other people was doing, but what I could do with my channel, maybe it would have flourished a little faster. But we don't live in the past here. That's not what this is about. But again, I wish I would have started and taken it serious sooner. No time like the present. The next thing, and this is going to go kind of more into the business side of YouTube, is the importance of planning your content out before you get started. When I was a hobby YouTuber, I would just cut the camera on, whatever I felt like doing, boom. You know what I'm saying? What I felt like talking about, whatever's off the dome, boom. If you really want to be successful in anything really, but we're talking about YouTube, you have to take time and plan your content out. You have to, you know, how do you be successful without a plan? That's with anything. So, you know, when I started taking my YouTube serious, I started planning my content out, doing a rough draft. You know, what am I going to talk about? What is the bullet points? Yeah, just, you know, don't just cut the camera on and get started. I mean, I think that at the beginning, you got to just kind of get started. I could be more equipped with starting the YouTube channel. So, again, planning the content out is very, very important. And since we're on content planning, while planning your content out, you should have, and I didn't realize this until, like I said, I got serious and I started paying attention to what YouTubers that I like and I enjoy watching their content. You never want to copy people. Let me throw that out there. That's a bonus. But what they do, what I notice with a lot of them is they have intro and outros. So when you're planning your content, you can have an intro like me. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Nina. I run a blog on YouTube. You know, the intro, what you saw. You know, take some time while you're planning your content out to have you an intro and outro. Outro is, you know, I'm going to end the video here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, you know, whatever you want that fits with your personality. So you want to, you know, make sure that you develop an intro and outro, or having the intro and outro. You want to also make sure that when I'm looking at my phone just rung, sorry about that. But you want to make sure that when you're planning your content and you have an intro and outro, that you include call to actions in your video. So you want to, you know, nobody wants to watch a video where it's like, we're just talking, we just, blah. This is interactive. You want to be interactive with your community. You are a YouTuber. You are building a community within the YouTube community. So you want to talk with them. So a call to action would be, you know, let me know which point was your favorite and the 10 points I wish I knew before starting my YouTube channel. What was your favorite? Leave that in the comment section. Some type of call to action. Which one did you like? Did you like, which lipstick did you like if you're doing a lipstick tutorial? Which color was your favorite? Leave that in the comment section. What other videos would you like to see from me? Some type of call to action. Some type of way to communicate and make it interactive. Can you hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and you enjoy my content? Call to action. Do that. Make it more interactive. So that is the next point. Okay, so another thing is editing. I wish I knew how time consuming and how tedious and how to be a real YouTuber, you gotta know some editing. I'm the talent, you know what I'm saying? So I can cut the camera on all day. That has never been an issue for me. The editing? Now, I mean, I'm saying if you want to be a for real YouTuber, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, if you want to really grow a network. Now, if you just cut the, you know, some people, they just cutting the, you know, they phone on and recording and uploading. I ain't talking to y'all. I mean, unless you want to step your game up. I'm talking about if you know, what I really wish I would have really had a grasp on at the beginning is editing. So if you're doing YouTube, learn some editing. You know, now your bigger YouTubers, you know, if you big and you got it like that, you know, don't be fooled. A lot of YouTubers that you watching, they paying people to edit. So, you know, but we're talking about the beginning stages of YouTube where you can't afford that, or you don't have an actual style of how you record videos. So, you know, you can't really send it to an editor because, you know, you're still trying to figure things out. So take some time and learn editing. I use iMovie. So, and I'm talking about basic edits now. Listen, I'm talking about splitting the clip, like basic editing. I'm not talking about going to school for editing. So I do plan on upgrading to Final Cut Pro, but I want to learn everything there is to know about iMovie before I upgrade to Final. I'm not about to, you know, it ain't about the money. It's about, you know, why would I buy something that's way more powerful than I am right now currently? So I'm hoping that I will learn a lot within these next few months and I can go ahead and upgrade to Final Cut Pro. So learn editing is my point. Okay. Then, while we're talking about that, you got to learn lighting. Sitting in the dark room of your junky bedroom with stuff everywhere, and you ain't cleaned off your lens, and, you know, screen is pixelated, you got to come up. You got to come up. Lighting, if you know anything about photography, and for me, my background, if y'all don't know, I, you know, started off as a freelance. Well, I used to do freelance hair and makeup. I still freelance, well, before COVID, for certain people, you know, for my peeps. I love the creativity of being on set. But long story short, I used to be on set a lot. And I did not, you know, on the flip side, it used to take much longer for lighting and setup than it was to actually record the video or whatever we were doing at the time. If it was a music video, the importance of lighting, like, that is a for real skill set. So I'm not saying that I am perfect at lighting, but I definitely, you know, once I switched my mind and I was like, okay, I'm doing this we doing this thing for real, for real. I started researching lighting, and I started, going back in my mind, okay. And I have some photographer friends that, if it wasn't for COVID, they would definitely come over, and I can reach out to them if needed. But, thankfully my husband is a little, he is naturally good at lighting and photography, though he hates it. But he is able to kind of help me a little bit where I am at this stage of my beginner's YouTube career. But you got to learn lighting. You got to figure out lighting. You got to, and it's really not that, I'm not going to say that difficult. I'll leave in the description box, my lighting setup. But you got to at least get one ring light. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't do that, then you got to at least, figure out where your house is sunny at, and record your stuff where it's sunny at. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to, I'm saying all this to say, you have to learn the craft that you're in. You can't just expect to grow your channel and be this massive YouTuber and you're not putting out great content. And when I say great content, I mean great to the level that you're on. And if you've been doing YouTube for a minute, your stuff should not look, you should be able to go through and see some type of progression. If you don't see any progression in your channel is stagnant, you need to go back and look at what I was talking about before, this lighting, editing, and all of that. So again, learn lighting, get you some lights. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to start off with the most expensive lighting. You can start, I started off with the big old umbrella lights. Those are the least expensive. So I'll leave, what I started with and what I'm using now, I'll leave that in the description box. So moving on, we got lighting down. And the next thing that I realized for me that was important, and that I wish I knew kind of early on, because when I started my YouTube, I used to just record everywhere and just, like I said, how I felt like it and whatever. But having a dedicated space to record your videos makes things so much easier. Like for me, I got my setup. I can just come, cut my light on, cut everything on, get to recording. Where before, because I used to, record in my bedroom, record in my, wherever, then I have to set up lighting and figure all that out. By the time I cut the camera on to record, I ain't want to do it no more, because I had got on my own nerves trying to figure everything out. So having, if you can, having and I don't mean, I have a YouTube studio. I have a, a nice size extra bedroom that I'm using for my studio. If you don't have that, a corner, you know what I'm saying, just a dedicated space that you can keep your setup and have it all ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So that you're able to produce consistent content on a regular basis. Because if you're like me, a lot of it is the setup. You're like, I don't feel like the setup. You know what I'm saying? I do my hair, makeup, and that's a whole nother video we can talk about. I'll talk about that later. But learn lighting and have a dedicated space. Okay, we got 2 more tips and then I'm done. Okay, so one thing I wish I knew before I started my YouTube channel that I think will help you guys out a lot is not looking at the numbers so much. Like, don't get caught up in how many views did this video get, how many, you know what I'm saying, oh my god, I put, you post your video and then you expect in 20 minutes to have 20,000 views. No, sometimes it takes time. You don't know, you'd be surprised how many videos I thought would get little views get more than I thought, and the ones that I thought was gonna be fire, well, nobody interested in that. So don't be so emotionally attached to the number of views at the beginning. So it may take longer for your video to what they call evergreen grow, you know, which is organically grow, for YouTube to even figure out what the video is about, to even try to show it to people. And this is an extra one. At the start of your building your YouTube channel, you can't expect YouTube is a business. It is not like back in the day where people could start a channel. It ain't even like it was, like I said, 2 years ago, where you can put something up there and get 10,000 views. Like, YouTube don't owe you nothing. So you got to promote yourself. If you're not promoting yourself, why should YouTube promote you? So I say all that to say, don't be looking at the numbers and getting discouraged because you put a video up. Now, if you put your all into it, let me start it now. If you ain't put your all into it, then you shouldn't even be upset that you got 5 views on that. But if you really put your all into it, it's going to take time to grow. So give yourself time to grow and be okay with that. Okay, so my last and final thing that I wish I knew when I started my YouTube channel, and I just really, really wish I had took the blinders off and realized, is YouTube is a whole production. Whole lighting, editing, the production. You have to think of yourself as a production. You're the talent and you're the production. You are the front end and the background. So when you look at all of it, what it takes to be a for real YouTuber, if you look at it the way I look at it now from the start, I think it will help you really strategize and, you know, put things together and get your intro to get all of the stuff that I named off. You'll see that, oh, this is it's a for real production. Like a production. When you watch TV, think of yourself as a, you know, 30-minute, the Nina Show. Whatever the name of your channel is. If you are a show, a television show, now you can be digital. We're digital shows. You have to do all of that within that production. It's a production. That's just the best way I can say it. You have to look at yourself as a production. And when you look at it as, you know, I am producing content, then you will understand, oh, would you watch your favorite TV show if the lighting sucked? If the talent was boring? If, you know, they was recording all they shows on a rinky-dink, because you know the iPhones, I ain't even gonna say, but there are nowadays you can start YouTube with a phone and produce good content. My phone has 4K, like, so I'm not saying it that way, but I'm saying if you know, producing rinky-dink content, but you're competing with actual celebrities. We are competing with actual celebrities with shows. The Wendy Williams show has a YouTube channel. Name a celebrity, I bet you they got a YouTube channel. You gotta take some time and produce great content and look at yourself as a production. That is some things that I wish I would have known from the get-go. It's kind of like a aha light bulb went off with me doing this challenge that I put myself in. But I expect you guys to go much further than me because no blinders on. I'm telling you guys everything I wish I would have known from the start, with the hopes of you doing, I don't want to say better than me, but better than me faster. That's just the best way I can say it. I'm not the girl that's in competition with anybody. I think there's space and room for everybody. If you put the work in, I have never heard of somebody putting all the work in and not being successful. I haven't. A lot of times we ain't putting the work in and that's it. And you know, you got to check the list off. You know, is my lighting good? Is my content good? It ain't about you. That's another tip. I'm doing all kind of stuff and all kind of videos. You want to do that at the beginning to see what does and ask your audience, what do you want to see from me? If all y'all want to see is unboxing videos, even though I'm tired of doing them, guess who's going to do unboxing videos? Because it ain't about me. It's about you and what my viewers want to see. So I'm going to end the video here. I hope you enjoyed this content. I hope that it helped you. You know, I really want this video to be of help. There's a lot of cliche videos out there about how to, you know, grow your YouTube channel. And at the end of the day, YouTube is different and nobody really knows what YouTube algorithm. Nobody knows. Nobody knows the YouTube algorithm. If they did, or the few people, I ain't gonna say nobody because there's some few people that may know, but if you knew how the algorithm worked, everybody's channel would be fabulous. So again, this video is just to share what I wish I knew, and I wish I would have, like, the aha moment was like, boom, that's that. So I'm gonna stop rambling. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave down in the comment section what was your aha moment watching this video. Or if you are a YouTuber, which I'm assuming you are if you're watching this video, what do you feel like you can improve in? And I'm not trying to say improve by, you know, making you feel bad about where you are now, but just looking at, this is where I am now. Okay, let me, you know, I'm gonna have to take an hour a week and research lighting or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like 30 minutes or whatever. Just, you gotta jart some time out and learn and figure this thing out. That is what this video is all about. So I'm gonna stop rambling. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's hard for me to say stay stylish and stay fabulous because this is, but until next time, mwah. And again, leave in the comment section what was your favorite point and what do you feel like you could improve in? Leave it in the comment section below. All right, love you guys. Mwah.